our position with Ethereum suffered some losses, but on the other side, we have the copy trading performing better than ever. So let's take a look at what we lost, what we gained, and what is the plan for the weekend strategy, and then we can move on from there. So stay tuned. Welcome everyone to another video. Happy Friday and already happy weekend. As I said in the beginning, we lost some money with the Ethereum option. If you remember, I sold one call and one put for Bitcoin and Ethereum because I thought they were going to move differently. But at the end of the day, both of them fell. Bitcoin recovered, but not Ethereum. Ethereum didn't recover as much as it fell, and that gave us some losses. So we're going to cover numbers. We're going to show everything in today's video and what is the plan for the weekend strategy, what I'm going to do, and the return that I'll be looking forward. So let's start with the copy trading, the 0DTE. That one is performing amazing. So October so far, we are 7.45%. The last 30 days, we had a PNL of 9.14. So almost 10% in a single month, in 30 days. This is fantastic. Our traders are doing amazing jobs. And if you are watching this, most likely we already had a webinar happening today. As the time you're seeing this video, we already had a webinar happening. So if you don't want to miss the next webinars, if you don't want to miss the next videos that you can chat, interact with us from the Bitopics team, then follow us on our social media, register to Bitopics, and you will be part of the newsletter that you receive frequently in your email box that you use to subscribe to Bitopics. So it is the first link in the description for you to open an account with Bitopics. Once you already have the email there, the account there, you will start receiving the newsletters for free. And there is where you can see all the webinar, all the things that we share via email. So make sure to join us. So between October 22 and October 24th, we did more than 1% in trading. So that is amazing. You see, we were at 52.94, then 52.86, and now we're 53.98. This is overall. So if you had deposited on day one $1,000, now you would have 530 bucks more than you deposited. So 50% overall ROI is fantastic. So we're hoping to see in 360 days of the existence of the vault, the yearly return around 130, which is the number that you see right here, the forecast. But for example, the Phoenix is way above the forecast. The forecast was around 25%, and we beat the forecast because this one is at 34%. So that could be, I'm not saying that it will, but it could be better than the total P&L in 1 year, could be better than the forecast P&L if things keep going the way they are. That being said, let's take a look at our options. If we scroll down here, you see our loss right here was 159 bucks, but we got the 43 that we sold the call for Bitcoin. So it sucks because we lost 33% out of this one right here. We gained 5% out of the weekly that went well for us. But as I showed before, you can see that these do not happen frequently. So the losses that we have are very slim, that all the other weeks that we're going to make money. Of course, now we're set back by maybe 2-3 weeks from this loss right here, from money that we could have accumulated by selling options. So now we're set back 2 to 3 weeks, and we have to cover that gap. But again, so far, because we lose like that, maybe 2 to 3 times per year total, so it still is a viable way for you to make money by selling options. You can see some of them we've made 17, 19, other we did less, but overall we always tend to get around 30 to even 70 bucks, 80 bucks sometimes per week, depending on the volatility itself of the asset, of the underlying asset, Bitcoin or Ethereum. So that actually sucked for me that was selling an Ethereum put. But if we look at the charts right now, we can see that when I sold, it was right here, and I didn't think it was going to have the strength, and I thought it was just going to hold right here, hold between the 2650 more or less, but it kept going down way more and more. So now we're seeing some volume going back here in the 4-hour charts that could bring it back to the 2600, but so far it is already too late for us to roll out or close that position. It wouldn't be any profitable if I had closed or rolled out the position before it closed on a Thursday, because of the huge movement that it had. The option for me to close was super pricey, so it didn't even make sense for me to close it and roll it out, because the option itself, the premium itself of the option, was super pricey. So I just held it, got the blow. But again, we're gonna make that money back with the weeklies, week after week. The weekends are just to make that little extra money to increase the percentages year over year by 2, maybe 5% on the total yearly percentage. But since it doesn't make a lot of money, we cannot count on that to just cover the losses that we had this week. If we look at Bitcoin itself, it touched the bottom of the Bollinger, because when we sold, it was right here. We sold at 70,500, I think. And it kept going down, but now it went back almost all the way from what we lost from the 69 that it touched on Sunday, Monday. And speaking about the Ethereum versus Bitcoin, Ethereum is at 42-month low between Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So ETH Bitcoin, we're almost at a 4-year low here because of this bottom. Here you can see a little bit more. The ETH Bitcoin is decreasing a lot. We would like to see a stable or at least on a little bit of an uptrend. It means that one Ethereum compared to one Bitcoin is worth even less and less and less each day that passes, because otherwise it would have been stable or it would have been increasing. So it means that the price of Bitcoin is moving faster than the price of Ethereum, which for Ethereum maxis is not that good, but for Bitcoin maxis, it is something good for them. Some people see the RSI and other metrics, and they see, for example, that we're nearly in the oversold territory looking at the RSI, which means that maybe we'll lose momentum and we'll start to gain green candles until it goes back up. We have a Fibonacci right here that shows that maybe the bottom right here is the inflection point where it's going to flip and start going up or at least stabilize. And we have the next target, which is the 0.618 for the Fibonacci. So the RSI and the Fibonacci are very good indicators. So maybe this will be what we're going to be experiencing. Ethereum will hold in price or go down. We don't know, because again, what matters is what the other side does. So maybe Bitcoin will go up in price and Ethereum will stay stable or just lose a little bit of percentages there. And eventually it will touch the Fibonacci levels that we see right here and go back up. So starting increasing. This makes sense for what we covered so far, because Q4 for Ethereum is not as strong as Q1 for next year. So maybe Bitcoin will move in this Q4 a lot and Ethereum will stay behind, but then next year on Q1, Ethereum will have to go back and start increasing the price that it didn't in Q4 right now. So this is the hopes that we have. We can only hope that this will indeed play out as a lot of people are saying. So honestly, by looking at Bitcoin, I see that it should go up a little bit more right now and Ethereum should stay the same. I don't think it will go down a little bit more, but for Bitcoin, for sure, I will sell puts. So maybe puts around the 66, 67,000 for Sunday. And Ethereum, if the volatility isn't good, because right now you see it doesn't move much from compared to October 20th, that it did a huge downturn. It didn't move much after that. So I don't think it has a lot of volatility, especially because it is the weekend. So I don't think it will move a lot. So if IV is low and premiums are not as juicy, I'm just going to go for Bitcoin instead. So just selling Bitcoin puts instead of selling Ethereum at all. So I'll keep you updated on this for the next video, because so far the premiums are not good. So I'm just going to wait a little bit, see if price changes to make sure the premium is okay, to the return itself and percentages is okay. But again, before we close the video, we've made a 5% this week and we lost 33 on this position, which was around $159. So we made 43 and we lost 159. So around 110 in losses, but that's okay. We're going to take a few weeks to recover that, but it is part of the deal. As I always try to say, if you see someone who's always saying that they have 100% win rate, they're trying to scam you. So this is not the place here for that. I'm just trying to make sure you understand the risk with options, and that is okay if you have calculated risk to lose sometimes, because most of the time you're going to be making that money back and even making more profits than you lost. So this is the plan. This is what we've been doing here with Bitopics. And if you don't want to trade, that's fine. We have the copy trading. As you saw in the beginning of the video, it is performing fantastic. We have very good traders that are able to generate income for you as you do other things. So passive income in the best way possible. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video on Monday. Have a good weekend. Peace.